Good day, I'm Lisa Rowe and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, June 18, 2025. Approximately 20,000 young people are being engaged in summer employment programs across multiple government ministries, departments and agencies, MDAs. This includes 10,000 through the Youth Summer Employment Program, YSEP, and another 10,000 across all government ministries and the Heart NSTA Trust. At the launch of YSEP on Tuesday, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness encouraged young people seeking summer employment to appreciate the value of the experience, which is a transitioning bridge from school to the world of work.
That experience, it is going to make you a better person, a more knowledgeable person, a more rounded person, a more prepared person, and it is going to give you the edge in the world of work over others who would not have the similar experience. So the summer work program, it's about building character. It's about building a better you.
The Prime Minister is urging the young people to maximize the opportunity and translate the experience into employable or entrepreneurial skills.
In today's world, most young people are now recognizing that they can work independently. In other words, they can do their own business. They can create their own value. They can be self-employed. And what we want is an economy of workers.
YSEP is an initiative of the Ministry of Local Government, and the Portfolio Minister, Desmond McKenzie, reveals that since its inception in 2017, approximately 50,000 participants between the ages of 16 and 29 years have been engaged in the program.
Your responsibility, as you have been doing over the years, have assisted the local authorities in collecting the necessary data, street lights, derelict buildings, illegal garages, identifying vulnerable communities, identifying senior citizens who would need assistance during the time of disaster.
This year's cohort will receive an allowance of $17,000 weekly for 4 weeks. The delivery of diagnostic services in the public health sector is set to benefit significantly from the acquisition of additional equipment this year. Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, gave the update in a statement to Parliament on Tuesday. He said 16 pieces of equipment are in the process of procurement. These include 10 CT scanners and 6 MRI machines. The minister also gave details on the state of diagnostic equipment in the health sector, revealing that these included 5 CT scan machines, 2 each at the Kingston Public Hospital and the University Hospital of the West Indies, and 1 at the Cornwall Regional Hospital.
The number at UHWI will double shortly. We are well on the way for the installation of two additional CT scan machines. The public can expect a 4-fold increase in the number of MRI machines in the system, in addition to the one currently at the University Hospital of the West Indies. 3 more are to be procured and 1 will be added once the Western Child and Adolescent Hospital begins operations sometime later on this year.
Mammogram services are being offered from 3 locations, namely Cornwall Regional and the Kingston Public Hospitals, as well as the University Hospital of the West Indies. There are 16 digital X-ray machines available for use across the island, and Minister Tufton says another 2 will be brought on board shortly at the Cornwall Regional and National Chest Hospitals. The system is also equipped with 11 portable X-ray machines. Minister Tufton says the government is close to implementing its new policy for the leasing of certain diagnostic equipment to increase capacity. Still on health, the ministry is moving ahead with plans to establish a pilot electronic immunization registry. Portfolio Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says 6 public and 2 private locations have been identified for the rollout of the pilot phase. The initiative is part of the process to innovate and modernize Jamaica's immunization program. It will create a shift from traditional paper-based records to a secure, centralized digital platform that will revolutionize how immunization services are tracked, planned, and delivered across Jamaica's health institutions. According to Dr. Tofton, the electronic immunization registry will allow for real-time intelligence, integrated service delivery, patient empowerment, and targeted interventions. The registry will also facilitate community-specific outreach to boost coverage and equity and improve outcomes for vaccine-preventable diseases. The health minister asserts that Jamaica continues to have high immunization rates, achieving and surpassing the 95% target for all 8 antigens. In other news, the Agri-Linkages Exchange, known throughout the industry as ALEX, has generated approximately $550 million in earnings for farmers between January 2024 and April 2025. $100 million of that figure is for the first 4 months of this year. Giving the update in his sectoral debate presentation on Tuesday, Minister of Tourism Edmund Bartlett said the numbers represented a fraction of the overall agriculture produce sales. He pointed out that earnings in the billions were made via other arrangements involving small, medium, and large farmers and other entities.
Because when we have done this study, it indicates that the value for just fresh fruits and vegetables is more than 363 billion Jamaican dollars. And so what the small farmers are doing is mere drop in the bucket, so to speak. And we now require the larger players to become involved.
To boost agricultural output, Minister Bartlett highlights a directive from the Prime Minister encouraging long-term contracts between farmers and hotels. This initiative aims to create investment opportunities in agriculture and increase yields. Currently, over 2,000 small farmers are registered on the ALEX platform, accessing direct link to hotels. Sales to date is over 1.2 billion Jamaican dollars. Preparations are well advanced for the staging of the 49th CARICOM Heads of Government Conference set for July 6 to 8 in Montego Bay, with security, economic integration, and regional development topping the agenda. Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Minister Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith shared the update yesterday at a JIS think tank. A key focus will be strengthening the CARICOM Single Market and Economy CSME while tackling growing concerns of transnational organized crime and regional security.
Security will be a big issue for us. We have been calling for, and Prime Minister has placed on the table from his last speech at the UN, and he has done it at National Security Council and in other fora, and I have supported his call when I have spoken as well, for increased global collaboration on the matter of transnational organized crime. He's called for it to be given the resources and the level of coordination that was given by the world to the war on drugs.
In addition to security, leaders will discuss improving regional trade, reducing non-tariff barriers, and advancing rights tied to the free movement of people, including access to primary education, healthcare, and the movement of tools of trade.
We're looking at how to make more efficient, how to make it move more easily for people. And we'll be looking at all of the subsidiary rights and matters that come with movement of your tools of trade, movement of, your right to free primary and secondary education and primary and emergency health care. These are elements that have been agreed by heads that should come with full free movement.
Health promotion and sustainable development are also on the table, including discussions on the regional rollout of initiatives such as Jamaica Moves. These are in addition to strengthening cooperation through the Council for Finance and Planning, COFAP. The conference will be held under the theme, People, Partnerships, Prosperity, promoting a secure and sustainable future. And finally, starting this year, 26 tertiary scholarships will be given to top-performing secondary level students pursuing careers in agriculture. The Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining has given the commitment for students across all parishes who are enrolled in agricultural science. Portfolio Minister Floyd Green made the announcement during the closing ceremony of the Rural Youth Economic Empowerment Program REAP Builder recently.
We're going to give them full tertiary scholarships so that ultimately they don't have to wonder how they're going to pursue tertiary education in agriculture.
In addition to the parish level awards, 4 more scholarships will be granted to students pursuing agricultural education as part of efforts to boost the number of agriculture teachers across the island. The initiative forms part of the ministry's broader push to attract more young people to the sector and to strengthen agricultural education and training. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lisa Rose.
Is no stranger to the powerful forces of nature. From hurricanes and floods to landslides, these natural disasters remind us of the importance of readiness.
So we have mainstreamed in our governance disaster preparedness and readiness as a means of building resilience against the climate change issues that affect small island developing states like Jamaica.
In terms of the National Disaster Risk Management Framework, it's actually one of the best, if not the best in the Americas.
We are in the best place we've ever been in our history in terms of our state of readiness.
The fire brigade, the police, every arm of government is equipped to communicate before and after. And this is a game changer for the people of Jamaica.
Analog to a digital system is not an easy feat. However, with the development of the Project Implementing Unit, the ODPEM is sure the DCOMs and Early Warning System EWANs will be effective in strengthening Jamaica's responsiveness. Coupled with the island's Early Warning System EWANs, the DCOMs are expected to effectively bolster Jamaica's responsiveness to natural disasters.
The objective of the project for the improvement of emergency communication system in Jamaica is to enhance Jamaica's public safety and our national emergency communication system. This national emergency communication system is critical for the coordination of emergency and incident response among our various government entities or key government responders. It will allow for emergency agencies to communicate via one common platform. We would have installed radio equipment to include mobile radios, base station radios, and handheld radios at a number of government entities to include the Jamaica Fire Brigade, the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the Ministry of Health, the local authorities, and a number of other entities island-wide. We would have installed early warning systems under the project across 2 parishes in 3 communities, namely Old Harbour Bay in St. Catherine and along the Bog Walk to Angels Corridor in St. Catherine, and also in Port Maria, St. Mary. This, with the installation of this early warning system, it will create that alertness that it is a multi-hazard system. So it will be able to alert residents, commuters, persons who utilize these areas, these urban centers, for example, Port Maria, about the pending hazards or threats that these communities.
I'm Karina Powellhood. We've been planning for months, and now we're ready to share more of the essence of who we are. At the JCF Transformations People, Quality and Technology Expo 2.0, coming June 19 to 22nd at the National Arena